The garden is speaking. Can you hear her hum? A whisper from roots where the ancestors drum. Roses bloom truths that time tried to cage. Now they rise from the soil, rebirthing the age. The gate stands ajar with the key at your chest. You've lingered in beauty, but now comes the quest. Beyond lies the mirror where dogma must fall, and the voice of your lineage answers the call. Mushrooms form circles where kin spirits gather, each one a flame, every bond growing vaster. You're not alone in this sacred arise. The bloom is collective, the soul never lies. So step through the garden, the veil growing thin. The mirror rejects what you hold deep within. Where dogma dissolves and old fear departs, community rises from your hands, from your heart. Good morning, collective. I said I'd be back as soon as these puppies were born, and they were born yesterday. I left for work around 8 o'clock in the morning, and she decided that she was going to go ahead and start having those puppies right after I left for work. My daughter found them at about 10, and she finished probably around 7 o'clock last night, 6 or 7. She had 10. Everybody's doing well. We had one puppy who needed some emergency CPR because she just couldn't catch her breath. But we got 10 puppies altogether, 7 girls and 3 boys. Sybil definitely mirrored exactly what her mother did when her litter was born, and that was 9 puppies with 7 girls and 2 boys. And speaking of mirrors, we have a message regarding a mirror today. We're in Palindrome Week. Today is May 23rd, 2025. And if you take 5/23/25 and you reverse it, you still get, well, that's not true, actually. You get 5. You get 5/23/25. So, welcome to Palindrome Week. Today is a 10-day. Today is about endings and new beginnings. So at 5:55 this morning, I started this message and I pulled some cards. 5:55 a.m. is divine change, freedom, and alignment. I'm using Unveiling the Golden Age by Izzy Ivy, and I've got the card Lineage sitting in front of me. This is the Hierophant. This is a focus on receiving ancient spiritual knowledge from ancestors and past lives. It's encouragement to revisit sacred rituals and family traditions with discernment. It's also a warning against dogma, to honor the essence of tradition, not the outdated forms. While I was working on my notes for this morning's reading, I wanted to just define dogma real fast for the collective. It's a principle or a set of principles laid down by authority. So think religion, ideologies, philosophies. And they're represented as being undeniably true. And we're raised in religions that tell us that this is the absolute truth. And there's no room to question it, reinterpret it. There's no room to look through a relational lens to put it with our own experiences. It's the laws, the rules, the ideologies, basically, that we're told that we can't stray from. It's restrictive and distorting, divisive and fixed. All right, so when this card hit the table, I heard, "Here she comes to wreck the day." You are being identified as a spiritual reformer, a walking tower moment, a modern hierophant who teaches by challenging the dogmas and reviving ancient truths. The collective that I'm speaking to today, you guys are the spiritual leaders that are waking up. This is exactly what the book of Samuel was talking about when Samuel went to Eli and said, "What do I do?" And Eli said, "Just wait for your name to be called again and say, 'Lord, what can I do? How can I be of service?'" That's you guys. You've answered the call. And as I'm looking at this card, I'll put it up on the screen. I see a multicolored rose that reminds me of the 7 chakras. We've got red, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. The yin yang. And the ancestors are sleeping. But that seed that was planted is now beginning to bloom. The baby within the heart, birthing something new. Today's a 10-day. So using the energy oracle, the next card to come out is the garden and the gate. She's so cute standing there in front of the gate holding her basket of flowers. The current comfort or abundance the collective is in may be holding you back from a greater truth. Just as she's holding the key around her neck, collective, you hold the key. This is an invitation to step out of your safety zones and expand spiritually. The gate, it's fear, dogma, the ideologies that you're afraid to let go of. The garden is something familiar, yet limited by perspective. And while I was reading the guidebook, because this is a new deck for me, and while I was reading the guidebook, I thought about the Garden of Eden and how the pineal gland is the garden. And that gate that's holding you guys back is the gate that's keeping you trapped and not allowing you to go out and explore, just like Adam and Eve ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And God supposedly kicked them out of the garden. You're now being asked to actually unlock the garden and go through the gate. It's about conscious limitations. The key is your activated pineal gland, your third eye. Your spiritual gifts have matured enough to unlock the next phase. Now, pulling from the Shaman's Dream Oracle, I got the card Gathering Around. It says the power of community. And it's mushrooms. Mushrooms make me think about that mycelial network that, grows underground. I'm currently working on my own garden right now. This is something that I had shut down for almost 2 years. When I went through my dark night of the soul, I decided that summer that I wasn't going to plant a fall crop out in the garden, and that was 2 years ago. I was going to move away from this property. I wasn't going to stay here. I was leaving my husband, my partner of almost 20 years, and I didn't want to fix anything because I didn't understand that the spiritual path is a mental path. It's all a mind game. learning how to navigate the game is how we get through life and create the new earth. Create a new way of being, a new way of thinking, a new community around ourselves. The mycelial network is vast. The largest mushroom in the world, it extends its mycelial network out several miles. I'm not sure the exact number. You can look that up, but it's huge. Power of community. Support is available both in the physical, let's see if I can read my own handwriting, and the spiritual realms. So physically and spiritually, you have support surrounding you, collective. You're not alone on this path. There's unseen allies helping you. And I'm looking at the fairies that are sitting on the mushrooms. And they're helping to open the gills of the mushroom so that the mushrooms can start to create their spores, their seeds, and continue to spread. You, collective, are unique and deeply loved by life and spirit. Allow help, trust your community, and release your burdens. And as I was looking at the relationship between all three of these cards, I am still hearing this song. I'll share it later in the community post, but it's by Shabuzi. And I think it's called The Last of My Kind, or The Last of Your, I don't know. You ain't seen another like me. I'm the last of my kind. You guys are not meant to blend in. You're walking tower moments. You disrupt people's lives with your truth. You're meant to be a soul prototype. You're the prototype of what humanity is supposed to look like. You're rare and remembered across realms for this timeline and this role. You guys are in your sprouting stage. The seeds of your soul purpose, long dormant in ancestral memory, have germinated. Just like the cucumber seeds out in my garden. Now is the season of emergence. The inner work that you've been doing is bearing fruit. The fence is no longer needed. The path forward is through shared wisdom, not isolation. Now, the last couple of readings that I've done have primarily been oracle only. So we're going to pull some tarot today, and I'm using the Awakening Tarot. It's beautiful, and through the guidebook, the imagery on the cards represented in the guidebook brings us to people like Carl Jung and Eckhart Tolle, philosophers like Socrates. It's a beautiful deck of cards with the imagery, and I will make sure to share that imagery in the reading as we go forward. But for right now, let's start pulling cards. I had to stop because the recording timer for that last bit was 12:55 when I stopped it. I haven't even pulled cards yet. I had to look up the numerology of what was going on. It was 12:55. Divine judgment and completion of a cycle. The 1 is new beginnings and initiations. The 2 is balance and duality. Not the duality that brings us into separation. This is the duality, the blending of forces, the dark and the light, the male and the female, masculine, feminine, however you want to look at it. the mirror. Everything has an equal opposite. Divine order, spiritual governance, right? So think the 12 tribes, the 12 disciples. This is a moment of collective alignment. The Hanged Man in the tarot is the 12 card. It's about surrender, perspective shift, and spiritual pause. 55 equals 10. That's where we get the completion of a cycle. It's a master number of dynamic change. It's revolutionary energy. It's rebellious energy. Changes that shake the foundation, not just shift the surface. This is the Hierophant card again. Breaking through the dogma, awakening through experience, lineage, and tradition re-examined. The collective is at a divine tipping point. You guys are tower moments that strip away illusion to rebuild stronger foundations. You may have woken up and your life started to fall apart. And your life's not falling apart. Your life is falling together. And the first card that we have on the table is the Visionary of Fire. Yes, this is your spirit team coming in to shake you and wake you. We have the Initiate of Earth crowning the spread. This is the Page of Pentacles. Oh, let me go back. The Visionary of Fire, that's the King of Wands. And at the foundation, we have the Sage. It's a magician. No, it's not. It's the High Priestess. And in this card, I see the third eye open. I see the triple moon. And I think about Hecate. So that may resonate for some of you. But interesting, we've got the pineal gland opening here, and it's being sparked by spirit. This is your initiation. This is your initiation to bring your dreams, your goals, your desires to the forefront and manifest them. In the past is the Ten of Fire. We've closed cycles and we're burning that shit to the ground. Those religious dogmas that I was talking about. And in the future, we've got the Eight of Water. Oh, this is beautiful. This is doing the work. Doing the work for yourself. Walking away from that which is no longer emotionally fulfilling anymore. I see the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck with the Artist of Fire. Ooh, we've got the King and the Queen out here. And the Five of Earth and the Artist of Fire. Our world is changing. Our internal world is changing. We're reuniting with ourselves. And Spirit is definitely asking for our imagination. You know, our imagination is the realm in which we create. Every thought, every goal, every mission, every quest. That's just a thought in our heads that we think about, those manifestations that we think about. We're the artist. We create that. The Five of Earth speaks of lack, and this is an image of someone who is looking into what appears to be a terrarium. It's like you're looking in, like the looking glass, the mirror. It's like we're looking inside the landscape of our own mind, and it's just outside of our reach. But the visionary of fire is asking us to hold that passion, to reach in, because it is acceptable. You know, this is unlocking the gate. The gate's no longer necessary. We can just take the lid off the terrarium, the firmament, so to speak, and create. The visionary of fire, the artist of fire. Envision, take action, hold passion, and create. This is beautiful because this is a balance. It's a balance of the masculine and feminine energy of fire. And with the sage at the bottom of the deck, we have, or not at the bottom of the deck, I'm sorry, at the bottom of the spread, the foundation of the spread. We, you know, I mean, it reminds me of Reiki. And when I went through my Reiki learning, I was taught to bring that energy through my feet and out my hands in order to be able to do the physical healing portion of Reiki. I never made it to 2, and I never made it to mastery because I felt like there was more to energy work than just that, and the principles that were held within the Reiki 1 landscape were primarily what I needed. And I stopped for a reason, because energy work is more than just with our hands. We do it with our minds and our mouths too. I'm looking at the rainbow within the Hierophant card, the Lineage card, and I'm looking at the rainbow and the sage, and I can't help but think of a Kundalini awakening, the full balancing of our chakras, the gateways opening up, and the snake being able to move freely up and down through our nervous system, through our chakras. The sage roots you, the visionary leads you, and the initiate begins anew. Collective is moving from burnout to breakthrough, from isolation to inspiration. This is the sacred moment where the artist becomes the oracle, and what once was lost becomes legacy. We have the sword of assertion, or the paladin of activations. Confirming the initiate of earth. This is your new beginning. You're being asked to assert your truth. As that pineal gland activates and opens, the wisdom of your ancestors. I mean, it's no secret. The science is out there now. Our DNA, they're fractal antennas. So that's how we're able to tap into the collective consciousness and read the energy of the room, so to speak. The Paladin of Activations. This is the Page of Wands. Is that right? Activations. It's either the Page of Wands or the Page of Swords, but I'm definitely, it is the Page of Swords. This is learning. It's learning. It's going out and learning. It's going through the Bible, those dogmas, those rules that are unbreakable. It's going through them and understanding the deeper truths. It's, gaining gnosis through our experiences and through, through our experiences. Dogmas. You're not allowed to have a personal experience. And it's seeing the truth beyond the veil. To clarify this 10 of fire, I have the card, the Wheel of Life. This is in it, but not of it. This is in the past. That wheel turned. The cycle changed. From burnout to breakthrough. The Sword of Assertion, that's your breakthrough. Ooh, and then we have the Hermit. Contemplative solitude. To clarify, the Sage. So here's the thing. The gathering around. The power of community. We're being asked to share our experiences and to assert our truth. We gain our truth through our experience as the High Priestess. Every single one of the cards in the Major Arcana is a life event or a life experience that we go through. In the case of the High Priestess, this is about opening our third eyes and gaining knowledge through the esoteric, the occult, seeing the bigger picture through a very small lens. Our third eye is a place where our imagination is able to put the pieces together to gain divine truth. The High Priestess with the Hermit card. I mean, you guys may have been or are in a deep cycle right now of contemplating what it is that your next move may be. You've gone within the cave. You're seeking wisdom on your own, and you've broken away from the dogma. You've broken away from the tradition, the religion. I often say that no religion holds me. I belong to the religion of one if I have to have a religion. We are all one. When I look at you guys, you are just a mirror reflecting myself. And every day myself gets better and better. And the people that I surround myself get more and more beautiful. The energy The lessons are no longer tower moments. The lessons are just moments of joy and education and, learning. And this is something that, as someone who grew up with an autistic dad, I enjoy learning a lot. For the future, we have here the 10 of Earth Guardians to clarify the 8 of Water. What? Excuse me. Walking away from the unfulfilling emotional experiences into our 10 of Pentacles. The Disney fairy tale perfect life. This card says rainforest. And real time, I'll look it up in the book, because all of the Earth Guardian cards represent a place. All right, the guidebook says true abundance is yours. You have everything you need for strong foundations and a flourishing future. Tune into the source, choose your reality, and let love be your guide. It's a reminder that you're surrounded by wealth and blessed with abundance. You have everything you need. This card signifies permanence and solid foundations for a successful future. When scarcity mentality is at play, it's important to cultivate a sense of security. So check in with yourself where your drive to create wealth comes from. Sometimes when we strive for something out of fear, we can push the very thing we seek away from us. The rainforest is one of the most decadent forms of abundance in nature. Rainforest medicines have the potential to heal many of the physical and mental diseases we are experiencing as a collective right now. Besides, the rainforests are quite simply Mother Nature's lungs. Here in the United States, we have a rainforest, and it's in the Pacific Northwest. People often think the rainforests are only in South America, but that's just not true. Now, the one in the United States is getting smaller and smaller by the day, but so is South America's. Without them, we really are in a compromised situation. The irony is that we're destroying so much of this abundance. This is the scarcity we should strive to overcome for our species and those we share this planet with. What exacerbates the consumption of finite resources is the subconscious societal pressures to acquire certain things that make us feel like we have more. And the message here is to seek authentic abundance. When we choose our reality from love over fear, from truth over dogma, we can cultivate true happiness and genuine success. By learning how to work with and bring in more life force energy, we foster a sense of fulfillment without illusory products that bring superficial gratification. Collective awareness is expanding. It's no secret. And it's time to walk away from bullshit and walk into our divine inheritance. Create a new lineage. All right, the last two cards that I'm going to pull from the Energy Oracle is Patience. Number 16. 16 reduces to 7, and 7 is about our spiritual relationship. Oh, let's see. What does the book say? This card shows a beautiful angel holding a clock in the stillness of winter. Her quiet, peaceful energy is telling you that it's time to release the old urgency and look at things from a much clearer perspective. And I'm thinking about the Hanged Man. It's telling you to relax and let go of the single-minded desperation that's been driving you. Don't try to force your will on only one option. It's not just this or that. It's everything. It's this and that. All truth is truth. If it's not your truth, you're being asked to change your perspective and see the deeper truth behind someone else's truth. That's how we escape the matrix. From the Shaman's Dream, the last card that we have here is Stranger. It says curiosity. And to me, this card is split. What I'm looking at here is an atom splitting. See the electrons circling the nucleus. Something's being created. A galaxy being created out of nothing, a nebula. This card is number 53. That reduces to 8. 8 is about abundance. The guidebook says the other. Moving past fear of differences, curiosity, and acceptance. The stranger moves through the world in a shroud of darkness that often elicits fear, rejection, and uncertainty as the danger of the unknown defines its very presence. Yes, there's a veil of separation between you. Look closer and summon the courage to remain open to what you might find. You may be conditioned to look only for what mirrors what is safe and known, refusing to entertain the concept of other beyond something of fear. Is it this or that? No, it's this and that. In order to broaden your world and your experience of it, you must refute the illusion that sameness is the only way. Nothing you expect externally matches up with the other, and you're challenged by your own inexperience. But don't miss this opportunity for learning. The Paladin of Activations. Something extraordinary is being offered to you, the Initiate of Earth. If you remain curious and teachable, you'll see the offer. Allow the newness to envelop you as you explore these possibilities. This is a departure from your expectations, but the stranger has come to invite you to dance to new music, a new tempo, a new sensation that will add more dimension to you and what you create as a result. There's no one like me. I'm the last of my kind. You, collective, are the last of your kind. If you found this message, you're being asked to open up and change your perspective and take this invitation to expand your spiritual journey. I'm going to leave it here. I love you guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.